All right, we are live. How are you guys doing today? Thank you for joining me for today's Q&A. We go live every Tuesday at noon Central, so thanks for joining me. My name's Jessie. I'm with Decker Truckline, and we are here to answer your questions. Myself and Katie in the background there, hiding. She's behind the screen here. But she'll be answering some questions as well in the chat. If you have any specific questions on where we're hiring for certain areas, that's perfect. That's what we're here for. But if you could just leave either your zip code or your city and state in the chat, that would make things a lot easier for me. I can be way more specific. Also, if you add your zip code, if you're going to add your zip code, if you can also put the years of experience that you have, that'll also be very helpful. So there she is. There, perfect. All right, so thank you so much for joining me today. Let's start off by congratulating Dana Harrington for the Driver of the Month for Montana Trucking Association. Actually, it's for the month of May, but we were given the announcement just the other day, so huge congratulations to Dana. She goes over and beyond to help us out when we've got a load that really needs to make sure that it gets there in time, making sure that we're taking care of our customers at all lengths, and just goes that extra mile. Literally at times, right? All right, and also a congratulations to our safety jacket winners. I talk about some of our benefits that we have all the time, some of our incentives that we have, and I do know that we have quite a bit compared to others, but just as we kind of narrow down on some of them, today I wanted to just discuss briefly the safety jackets that we have. Now, the way that you earn one of our driver safety jackets, it's earned within the first 6 months of being here at Decker. So if you've been here for quite some time, we do have other safety awards that you can earn. But this one specifically, the safety jacket, and actually I think I have a picture for you. Yes, I do. There we go. The safety jacket, you must have your first 6 months here at Decker must be clean, like preventable accidents, none of those. No CSA points or violations due to a DOT inspection. Nothing like that within the first 6 months. These individuals here, within their first 6 months, were just awarded, and obviously we do this on a monthly basis as we recognize those with clean driving records within their first 6 months. Albert Huggins, Joshua Parmenter, Joshua, I struggle on your last name every time. Elena Martindale, Woodrow Pidgeon, Cody Norris, Frank Harvey, Juan Horo, Daniel Lohr, Marcus Morrison, John Wiggs. Congratulations to each one of you guys in earning your safety jacket. So yeah, your first 6 months clean, you get a Decker safety jacket, which, I don't want to start introducing any of that cold weather, but at least you've got it before the cold weather starts, right? Always a good idea. Dean is here. There we go. Dean is sitting in Indiana, 83 degrees. What is it here? 68 degrees here. Yeah, quite a difference. I'm out of the Montana area. We have a terminal in Missoula, Montana. Our main terminal is in Fort Dodge, Iowa. Then we have a terminal in Bessemer, Alabama. And actually in Iowa, we have Mediapolis and Sperry. We have a shop in Des Moines. We also have a terminal in Hammond, Indiana. So yeah, we've got them all over the place. So Mike, how are you? Good day to you as well. We've opened the door to some of the Yellow Freight employees, hoping that they would look our direction if they are still in need. I know some of them are kind of waiting it out. Some people are looking and trying to make the move right away. So I do want to put this out there. If you are aware of any Yellow Freight employees, whether they're in-house or professional drivers who are looking for an opportunity, definitely they send them our direction. We can see what we can do about helping them out. We obviously won't be able to help everybody, but we do want to make that effort because there are some locations, some of the drivers are in fantastic locations for us. We want to make sure that we can help those we can. The circumstances that they're in are obviously not ideal, not even close, but drivers out there, all the trucking industry, the trucking families, we are a family. So we want to make sure that we're extending that invitation, I'm going to say. But yeah, Mike, I'm with you there. Any chance we can to help them out, that'd be fantastic. Speaking of, I have not looked to see, if you want to wait for me just 1 second, let me introduce not only some of the driving positions that we have available here at Decker, but let's look at some of our in-house positions as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to our website where we list some of our non-driving as well as driving positions that are available. So I'm going to hop on there and just going to go through that. So if it is relevant to anybody who is looking, fantastic. We do have internship opportunities basically at any of the locations. So please reach out if you guys have any questions on that. And the telephone number that I've got here, this is our direct line to our recruiting department. So for all of our professional drivers out there looking for opportunities, this is the number to reach us. As of in-house, let's start with the Bessemer area, shall we? All right. Bessemer, we have availability for a diesel mechanic, a fleet manager, and a shop manager, and then a weekend diesel mechanic as well. So we've got those opportunities out of Bessemer, Alabama. Just give us a call, 515-576-4141 for those who are looking. In the Des Moines area, remember I mentioned Des Moines, we have a shop there, so we've put that in. Oh man, Katie, what year did we put that in? Has it been 2 years already? Time flies. So when we opened up the Des Moines shop, we did that for ease for our drivers, because a lot of times, you're going through 80, you're not coming all the way up to Fort Dodge off the path of wherever you're going there. But Des Moines being just a main through area makes it a little bit easier for you for your A and B service and getting some of those services done. Obviously, Fort Dodge is our main terminal. If we can get you here without cutting into your clock or messing up your hours of service and things like that, we'll do that as well. But the Des Moines shop was put in to basically make it a little easier for you. But anyways, we do have the reefer trailer technician position available, and we have a diesel mechanic tuition and reimbursement program is also available for that one. We have an equipment sales manager as well in either Fort Dodge or Des Moines. And like I said before, we have internship opportunities, so diesel mechanic, part-time opportunities there as well. In Fort Dodge, our main terminal, I mentioned equipment sales manager. Whether you're in Des Moines or Fort Dodge, we have opportunity there. The diesel mechanic. Billing specialist. We have a billing specialist position. We have a second shift diesel mechanic position and a road repair coordinator. And shop buildings and grounds opportunity and a trailer mechanic opportunity. And then, of course, the TLS Tarper? Yeah, TLS Tarper and Hostler available as well. So if you guys are interested in any of those, please reach out to us, 877-433-2537. And whether you're part of the yellow freight situation and affected by that, or you're just looking for a new opportunity, please feel free to reach out to us and we'll see what we can do. So, Flatbed Trucker, how are you? Good to see you here. 76 and, well, it's still warmer than here. Good. Sounds like things are in limbo for 2 weeks before they can even apply for unemployment. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I need to actually look back up to see if there was more information. Today, I looked maybe first thing yesterday morning, but I haven't looked for the most part yesterday or today. 2021, you think, is when we had the Des Moines terminal open? Or Des Moines shop? Yeah, I think that's right. So it's been 2 years. That's craziness. Flatbeds Trucker says, the company I drive for gave Carhartt coats last year for winter. Those are nice. I have my Decker Carhartt coat. Is it right here? Nope. I use it for hunting. It is the best hunting jacket because it's so warm and I can put lots of layers. And if you missed it, I'm in Montana, so the layers are awesome. But you really don't need them with the Carhartts. Those are fantastic. So yeah, I've got that. And actually, that was a gift. So I loved that Carhartt. It's got my name on it, my Decker emblem. I think I'm cool. Yeah, so I just saw another comment somewhere. I thought I'm on the Yellow Freight. Anyways, if you guys have questions, please reach out to us. If it is those 2 weeks limbo, we understand. We'll do our best to help you out while you're going through that. Orientation is on Mondays here at Fort Dodge. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for an experienced driver. So it's just a 3-day orientation for our experienced drivers. It's a full week orientation for our students. And when it comes to experienced drivers, we can work with as little as 6 months of experience without having to have you go out with a trainer or to have to do that full 1 week of orientation. And we do pay $500 a week for completing orientation. Now, if you have 3 or 4 months of experience, we'd like you to stay where you're at, if at all possible, before moving over to us. We either train directly out of school, so you're a recent graduate, or at least 6 months of experience. So those are going to be our requirements. Now, if you're part of the over-the-road flatbed division or looking to be part of that over-the-road flatbed division, then just know that we require 6 months of flatbed experience, flatbed-specific experience, to be part of the over-the-road division, or 1 year of tractor trailer, and then we can train you in the flatbed opportunity. So, yeah. Felix, how are you, sir? Hey, Felix, I gotta look. You have a birthday or anniversary, right? That's like now? Hang on. I gotta check. You know, I have a feeling that Katie's gonna know this. You have today! It is your birthday today! Happy birthday to you. Yeah, I'd sing, but you'd hate that. Happy birthday! What are you doing today? Are you working hard? Or do you get a little bit of downtime? What are your plans? It is both. All right, so I'm cheating and I'm looking at my note for. So I don't see the. Yeah, I see it's your birthday today, but yeah, you're doing both, huh? Good. I'm glad you're enjoying. Well, hopefully enjoying, and hopefully you get a lot of happy birthdays from everybody today. Especially when you hop on here, it gives them a chance to give you the shout out right now, right? So that's what everybody should do. I love birthdays. Next week is when you'll be home. All right. Well, still, happy birthday. Love that you're on here. Good deal. Felix is one of the masters of photography, if you guys didn't know that. I think you're very good at it. And he's made it into our calendar, our Decker calendar, once or twice, right? All right, see? There you go. Katie's on it. Yeah, so speaking of photography, if you guys have any pictures of your Decker truck and you want to share them, send them my way. I use them across all of our social media. We'll use them in Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and all that good stuff. But we absolutely love the photos. Plus, those who submit, and you can submit them by sending them to marketing@deckermail.com or send them to Facebook, our Facebook page, facebook.com/DTL Inc. And we will submit them into the competition for the calendar. Now, I haven't confirmed that we're doing the calendar this year, but about this time of year is when we usually put everything together and confirm it. So I'm hoping, because it's been a hit for the last couple of years, we absolutely enjoy it. So you're welcome, Felix. Awesome. I love it when you're on here. Sounds good. Especially when it's a holiday. It counts. It's your birthday, it's a legit holiday. All right. What else for reminders? I'm going to talk about benefits for a second, okay? We'll take a time out and talk about benefits for just before I talk about a little bit more of the positions that we have available. But we have a 60-day wait period before your benefits are available, which isn't too shabby. We used to have a 90-day wait, so few suggestions coming our direction, we were able to make that change. Shout out to our benefits coordinators for working hard at making that change, because that is, sometimes some of those things in the background where we're like, why can't it just be this? We don't realize what it takes in order to get those wait periods waived. And so Andrea, Courtney, you guys, fantastic. All those who got involved on it. But anyways, benefits, let's talk about it. We have a $0 generic that is currently available. We've had that since the beginning of the year. That basically was unveiled around last November that it was going to be coming out. That is awesome, a huge win for us, for all of our professional drivers and our in-house staff. So the $0 generic counts for all generics. It's a $0 copay. The exception to where you can get it would be no Walgreens and no CVS. So the $0 generic applies everywhere but Walgreens and CVS. It's all generics. But another huge win as of, just recently, is Canarx. I'm going to struggle with getting the name right, but it's Canarx, I believe. They've put together, now Canarx is, I believe, originated from Canadian doctors, I believe is where, let's get the facts right, okay? You'll get a link from all of our professional drivers here at Decker and our in-house staff. You will get a link in the latest What's Happening Inside the Triangle newsletter, which you should have actually gotten yesterday, and also if you're part of the Facebook group. But anyways, that Canarx is actually $0 copay for brand names, which is huge. And with the $0 generic, some brand names and some specialty drugs were included in that $0 copay, but not a lot. And now with the Canarx, it's opened it up to the $0 copay for the brand names. That's awesome. I know a lot of you guys have questions on what is and what isn't part of that. And you can actually go to the website and check out the available medications, because that's a common question that we get is what's the process and how, is my prescription included and that type of thing. So we do hear that, but if you go to canarx.com and then you can go right ahead and search for your prescriptions and whatnot. So it'll make life a little bit easier for you and hopefully a little less expensive, right? We love savings wherever we can get them right now. So well done. But that's available. You'll be getting, for all of our current employees, you guys will be getting a email or a call out you'll get contact information. I can't remember if it's going to be a phone call or an email. I should probably double check on that. But they'll be reaching out to you to see if that's something that you guys would be interested in. Otherwise, if you have questions and you want to talk to the HR department directly, it's 515-574-4332. Yeah. All right. But yeah, you'll be able to reach out to them for that. All right. All right. Well, it is August, you guys, and August means we're prepping for Driver Appreciation Week. So we're getting really excited for that. We'll have that coming up this second week of September. And then we also have, in addition to the Driver Appreciation Week that's coming up, in 2 weeks, in a week, in a week, 1 week, we will be celebrating Lyle Turville's win at the National Truck Driving Championships. He'll be competing. I'm saying positive manifestation for the win for him. But he'll be competing at the National Truck Driving Association in Columbus, National Truck Driving Championships in Columbus, Ohio. And for all of you guys who can give him a big shout out, please cheer him on. This is his third time competing and representing Decker Truck Line. at the championship. So pretty cool. Not too shabby. Got some pictures from last year and the year before. Thanks to Wendy, his wife, for sharing some of those with us. And I know that let's see, Lyle got some, but I believe that Patrice sent some over our direction. Jason definitely did from the state level, so from the Montana Trucking Association. 3 years in a row. Very cool. And he improved from last year from the year before, so we're looking forward to yet again. And I believe he got 16th last year, so we're looking at what? First or second sounds great. Not to put too much pressure on him. It should be fun. They do a combination of written tests, and that is a lengthy test. If you've ever studied it or ever seen the booklet that you're studying on, it's quite, it's just the normal truck driving, the CDL Class A booklet, I believe, but there's a lot to that. And some of the things that you're going through, 30 years of driving, and you might not have ran into a certain scenario before. Because you know how it is with driving. If you get too confident, overly confident, think you know it all, that's going to hurt you. Just like everything else. I mean, if you don't think you can continue to learn, you're wrong. So, there. But anyways, it's a good-sized booklet, lots of information, and they are quizzed on that. So that is the big test. I think it's an hour-and-a-half test. It's pretty long. And then there is the inspection, so the pre-trip inspection that they're graded on. It's always interesting to see what type of things they hide and issues that are with the trucks that they provide that you're supposed to catch. And then there's also the driving test, which is the obstacle course and skills test, which I think that's truly what everybody enjoys. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Now, normally Lyle drives this beautiful yellow Peterbilt. So, yeah, we'll be seeing and cheering him on. So I'll have to grab some pictures for him. Actually, red Peterbilt, but we'll have to grab some pictures and share that for you guys. All right, let's talk about some of the available opportunities that we have here at Decker for, like I said, for either those of you who are Yellow Freight employees or previous drivers, or those of you who are looking to make a change because you're just not finding the home that you're looking for or that you originally were looking for in a trucking company. And what is it, you guys? What is it that you prefer? What's your number one request when it comes to finding a trucking company? That'd be good to know. Put it in the chat. Fill me in. Usually with what we're hearing, it's equipment, consistent miles, consistent pay, and benefits. Those are the type of things that we're usually asked about on a regular basis. So I'm going to go over those details and answer them. Flatbed Trucker says, tip of the day, do your pre-trip and a post-trip every day. Isn't that true? Because if you're doing your post-trip and you're recognizing that there's an issue with a tire or a trailer, you can call and get a lot of that maintenance done while you're on your 10 hours. So you don't have to worry about it. Have them take care of it while you're chilling, right? Yeah. Or your home time, absolutely. Or while you're on home time. That is a great tip. Awesome. Okay, so equipment-wise, mostly the 579 Peterbilts. You see a couple of those guys, like our veteran drivers, who have the 389 Peterbilts. Those are earned trucks that have been spec'd a little bit, so they have a little bit different modifications to them. But for the most part, most of our trucks are the 579 Peterbilts. They have APUs, inverters, refrigerators, microwaves, CV units, navigation, Sirius radio. If they're equipped with Sirius radio, you'd need the subscription. However, we hold the Epic View Satellite TV subscription, which is 100 plus channels, and you don't have to worry about it. So in the television, the double bunks, did I miss anything? Inverters, APUs, they're really well-equipped trucks. So you should be riding in comfort and enjoying yourself out there. We also have some Volvos. For the flatbed side, our Volvos are the 740s. For the refrigerated side, you're looking at 760s, 860s, and a few 780s. I knew I was missing one. So those are our Volvos. Like I said before, though, the majority of our trucks are the 579 Peterbilts. And then we also have a few Freightliner Cascadia Evolutions. Again, all of them are the double bunk trucks, and all of them are equipped with APUs and inverters and refrigerators and microwaves and CB units, navigation, Sirius radio, all of those good things. So very, very well equipped trucks. All right. If you guys have questions and you're looking to get some more information on the equipment, you can get a hold of the recruiting department at 877-433-2537. You can also check out our YouTube channel after we're done with the live. You can check out our YouTube channel, and there are some interior videos and exterior videos of our Peterbilts, our Volvos, and our Freightliners. There should be videos of each of them so that you can check those out. So that's equipment. Those are the amenities. Benefits I just briefly spoke of, but to rewind a little bit and come back to that, it starts after 60 days. You have a 401k, which is also available at 60 days. It's a 50% match on the 401k. We have company paid life insurance, $10,000 on you, $5,000 on spouse. We have, and then of course you can bump that up. You can add short-term or long-term disability on that as well. Critical illness. There's several insurances that are available that you can bump up. I believe they're currently through AFLAC and maybe Hartford. So we have a couple of different options there. Our 401k is through Principal Financial. And then we also have Blue Cross Blue Shield health insurance. It's an 80-20 plan. We have dental and vision as well, Vision and Delta Dental. For those insurances, like I said, they are available after 60 days. So additional benefits, we do have a rider policy that can be available from day one. You need to speak to your recruiter. That's the telephone number. But you'll need to speak to your recruiter about that ahead of time so that we've got all the approvals and documentations that we need. Documentations, meaning you have to have the rider policy filled out ahead of time. Ages 10 to 69 is the, so they have to be at least 10 years old. That's the age range. You do need the approval ahead of time before orientation, because if you are bringing them to the hotel for orientation, we need to know that. The hotel needs to know that. We also need to know for approval and insurance. Insurance is $25 a month that they ride. Now, then we also have a pet policy. So the pet policy, it's a dog policy, is also available from day one. I highly suggest that you wait until you're done with orientation before you bring your dog aboard, because they can't come to orientation and then they're hanging out. They can't hang out at the hotel either, so then you have to make arrangements at a doggy daycare. We've had people do that before. It gets to be pretty expensive for you. So if you have another option, that's what I would suggest. But anyways, we do have a dog policy. It's 85 pounds or less. They do need to be non-aggressive breeds. And then we can take 2 dogs, no more than 60 pounds combined for the 2 dogs. Again, non-aggressive breeds. And you must also have not a car seat, but you also must have a seat cover for your dog as well. And you'll need to have a kennel. When you are at a shop and, or if you're at a customer or receiver, your dog does need to be kenneled in the truck. If you are at a shop, they need to be if the truck is being worked on, you need to be able to take the dog out. If you're in the terminal, it needs to be kenneled or on a leash in the approved areas. So if you guys have questions about that, I would highly suggest reaching out to us either on our Facebook page, facebook.com/DTLink, or here in the chat, and we can get you a copy of the pet policy so you can take a look at that. There's also a $500 deposit for the pet policy or the dog policy. $250 of that is non-refundable, and the rest of it is refundable if you ever need that. So, but yeah, you have the dog policy. And we do have a couple dog trinkets, I think, at the store. We used to have one of those handkerchiefs, the Decker handkerchiefs, water bowls. There are a few different things as well. And then, of course, for the seat cover, you can also get that at the Decker store. A lot of people will pick them up elsewhere as well, so it just depends on your preference. So if you already have one, it's totally fine. Yeah. Let's see. So pet policy, rider policy, other benefits. We have the monthly driver of the month. We have the monthly scorecard and the monthly safety bonuses. Those usually pay around the third pay period of the week following it. By the way, somebody asked us yesterday when the information or when your numbers come out for those two bonuses. It's usually it'll probably be around the 17th, 18th of the month that you'll be able to see it. And you'll want to speak to your driver manager about your scorecard and your safety bonus because ahead of time, like when you receive it, because usually on the third pay period or the third week of the month following when you ran it. So this month, it should be around the 21st that you get paid your bonus. So that's the expected time frame for the bonus. I'm looking at my calendar, so if you're wondering what the heck I'm looking at, that's what it is. So that would kind of give you an idea of your time frame so that you can speak to your driver manager and find out if you have questions, if anything needs to be looked at. By the way, if you have something that you need to discuss with your driver manager, like if you're wondering about fuel compliance or idle time or on-time deliveries, whatever it is that might affect your scorecard, reach out to them so that both of you guys are double checking, and then they can make sure that that's submitted to the right department. So James Sumrall, did I see that right? There we go. James, how are you? Thanks for joining us today. So you are asking about 29728. What do I have out of there? I've got some refrigerated options. I also have an over-the-road flatbed option as well. But yeah, definitely the refrigerated option. I'm looking to see what it is. Refrigerated, you can get home every 7 days for a guaranteed minimum of $1,000 a week. We also have refrigerated that'll get you home, if you want to stay out a little bit longer and make sure that you've got a little bit more miles. So many of you guys know this. James has got 8 years experience, so this isn't going to be new to him. With 8 years experience, you're looking at 63 cents a mile, 10 cents of that's per diem. A minimum guaranteed of $1,000 a week is what your pay would be. So $1,000 a week, whether you're home every 7 days or if you're home every 2 to 3 weeks, you know that you've got that safety net right here for you for pay. Now, your rate of pay per mile, 63 cents a mile, and the number of miles that you run can exceed that, and you'll get the better of the two. So whatever makes you more money is what you'll be getting. As long as you are making the qualifications for the guaranteed minimum. Those are pretty basic, but I do want to name those off because it could affect anybody else out here too. Get your paperwork in on time. Tuesday night is when your paperwork has to be in order to get paid Friday for it. So whatever is in by tonight will get paid Friday direct deposit. You'll get a notice actually Thursday what that direct deposit amount will be, but you kind of see your timeline there. So get your paperwork in on time. No load refusals. So no load refusals. Be available for dispatch at least 5 days out of the week. So number 3 is make sure that you're available at least 5 days out of the week. In the refrigerated division, that could be being available on a Saturday or a Sunday possibly. I can't guarantee home on the weekends in the refrigerated division. So 5 days out of the week in order to qualify for that. And no CSA points for the week, no preventable accidents for the week, and then, of course, no driver service claims. So those are the qualifications for the guaranteed minimum. Just those 6. That's it. Pretty basic, but that's what it is. And if for some reason you weren't able to meet one of those qualifications, then you'd be back to your rate of pay per mile and the miles that you ran, which is more, right? And so kind of to break that down even further, if you had a breakdown, so if you had an issue with your truck or whatever that caused you to not get those miles, keep in mind that to give you a full picture of how this minimum pay works is you've got your miles, and I'm diving deep into this right now, you guys, but you've got your miles that you ran and you've got your rate of pay per mile. Okay, so that amount is right here. Okay, whatever that is. Say it's $650, okay? And then you had maintenance issues or you had truck issues, and so then you had breakdown pay over here, okay? And maybe you were down for, I don't know, 3 days for breakdown. Let's take that for instance, okay? So then the first day is $100 for breakdown. Then the second day is $150. And then the third day is $200 for breakdown. So that's breakdown pay. So that would have put you, you had, what did I say, $650 over here? I think I said $650. So you got $650 here, over here. And then you also have $100 for breakdown here, $150 for day 2. So what is that? $250, $450. Okay, so you've got $450 here and you've got $650 here, right? Okay, so now you've got $1,100 that you're making between your miles and your breakdown, that you earned between your miles and your breakdown for the week. So your guaranteed minimum being $1,000. Obviously, you made more with the between the breakdown and your miles than you did with the guaranteed minimum that week, right? Okay, so for that instance, now let's take another for instance to see if I can make sure that this is clear. So first of all, if that isn't clear, go ahead and ask in the chat because I do want to make sure that you guys understand that. So you get the better of the two. Now let's say you made $200 for between your miles, your rate of pay and your miles. Okay, so you have $200, and you had the breakdown. Let's use the same example for the breakdown that you had 3 full days of breakdown. So that's $450, right? So $450 for breakdown plus the I think it said $200 here. So that's $650, right? So you're going to get the minimum guarantee of $1,000 instead of the $650. That difference between the $1,000 and the $650, that $350, Decker will make that up for you. So they're going to, you earned this part, they're going to fill it in here with that minimum guarantee in order to get that $1,000 amount. Okay, now diving even deeper into that, when you're looking at your settlement, the settlement is broke down into loaded miles and empty miles. You are paid the same whether it's loaded or empty. As long as it's a dispatch miles, or as long as they are dispatch miles, you are paid the same. So in this case, with 8 years of experience in the reefer division, it's 63 cents a mile, loaded and empty. 10 cents of that's per diem though. So 53 is taxed and 10 cents is not taxed. So you get a little bit more take home on that. So you'll see those different, everything broke down. Empty miles, loaded miles, and then per diem pay. Make sense? Okay. So you've got those all broke down. Now, if you ran 200 miles for the week, if that's all you ran was 200 miles for the week, then you're getting 20 cents in per diem, right? 10 cents per mile per diem. All right, that's all right. So you'll get the per diem based off of the miles that you ran. Okay? So with, like I said, with the 200 miles, if you ran 200 miles, right? Is that what I said? If you ran 200 miles, yeah. So you'd get the $20 of per diem, in addition or within that pay. So let me see. Where's my calculator? So 63 cents a mile. Excuse me. So 53 of that is tax. Did I just write that? Okay, 53 cents per mile, and 200 miles, that's $106, right? So $106 at 53 cents a mile. And then you've got, what I say, 20 cents or $20 for the 200 miles that you ran is per diem. So that would end up being $126. Makes sense? I know I totally broke that down, but when you see your settlement, that's a question I get. Like, aren't I paid the same for loaded miles as I am empty? Yes, but it does break down so that you see the breakdown from week to week. So you've got all of your numbers there. So it's not in question. So once you see it, you know. All right. So I kind of dove deep into that one, but it's a question we get, and the more you know about it, the better, right? Okay. What else can I tell you? So we talked about those bonuses. We do currently have a sign-on bonus for experienced drivers only. So in James, with your 8 years of experience, you would qualify for a $2,000 sign-on bonus. It pays out where you get $500 on first dispatch, so right when you're done with orientation. And remember, you get $500 for completing orientation as well. And then you'll get a $500 installment at 60, 90, and 180 days. So you'll get installments for those. If you are not an experienced driver, you do get paid the $500 for orientation. However, you wouldn't currently qualify for the sign-on bonus. But we do have a reimbursement program for students. So if you come directly to Decker from a certified school, then we can reimburse you up to $6,000 or whatever the amount is, up to $6,000 that you paid. So you just need to provide the documentation for that one. All right, the financial documentation for it. All right. Okay, so some of the specific positions. We talked about refrigerated. We have a few different home time options, depending, of course, on where you live. If you live in the Midwest, you have a few more options than you do in some of the other areas. If you live out in the Northwest, Missoula, Montana, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, Spokane, Salt Lake City, Las Vegas, Nevada, those are areas that we have over-the-road refrigerated where you're out 2 to 3 weeks at a time and then home for 3 to 4 days. So we have that opportunity for you as well. Again, the best way to get a hold of one of the recruiters is calling 877-433-2537 to speak to them directly, or you can apply online at drivedecker.com, and then they can reach out to you with questions as well, to help you out, answer any of those. Now, our flatbed division, over-the-road flatbed, again, orientation and everything is in Fort Dodge, Iowa, so you'll come here for orientation. If you don't have a full 6 months of flatbed experience and you live in areas of Texas or the Carolinas or Georgia or Alabama where our over-the-road flatbed division runs, then you will have to wait until you have a year of tractor trailer experience or a full 6 months of flatbed experience. If you don't have either or of those, then you wouldn't qualify currently for that over-the-road flatbed division. That's different than the Midwest flatbed opportunities that we have. If you live in Iowa, Chicago, Kansas City, St. Louis, Missouri, we do have flatbed training opportunities available where you would either go with a trainer if you're a brand new student, you'd go with a trainer for 3 weeks, or you would, if you have, say 6 months of refrigerated experience and you wanted to transition into flatbed, we would train you with flatbed at that point. But yeah, in our over-the-road flatbed, you do need to have at least 6 months of flatbed experience or a year of tractor trailer. It's a little bit different requirements based on the division that you're hiring for. In the flatbed opportunities, we have a guarantee of $14.50 if you live in areas of, some areas of Iowa, St. Louis, Missouri, Toledo, Ohio, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Columbus, Ohio, Gary, Indiana, north of Indianapolis. So those are all areas that we can guarantee the $14.50 a week. So same requirements that I mentioned earlier where you need to be available for dispatch at least 5 days out of the week, no load refusals, no driver service failures, so no late loads, no CSA points or violations for the week, no preventable accidents for the week, and get your paperwork in on time. Those are the requirements for the guaranteed pay, whether the minimum guarantee is $14.50 or $1,000, same qualifications. Now, the only difference that I see with the minimum pay is that for flatbed, you do need to be available for dispatch Monday through Friday, where refrigerated, it's Monday through Sunday, for availability, because you can run on the weekend with refrigerated. And we do. A flatbed, you're less likely to. So that's why you see a lot of our flatbed drivers who are home weekly are coming home on like a Friday night or a Saturday morning and back out either Sunday night or Monday morning, usually for a Monday morning delivery. So that's more common. So if any of those sound like something you guys are interested in, you can reach out to us at 877-433-2537 or apply online at drivedecker.com. We'll fill you in, give you more details, a little bit more specific details to you and what your rate of pay per mile is and what the minimum pay is in your area. So we'll go through all of that if you give us a call. All right, you guys, that's pretty much it. If you have anything that you would like to speak to us with, you can either get a hold of us through the chat or call us 877-433-2537. Other than that, I wish you guys a wonderful rest of your week. We'll see you soon, and thanks for joining us. Take care.